Hello everybody, this is Alex from Nisbet here, and today we're going to be going over some very basic BisTrack functions, specifically logging in to BisTrack. So as you can see, I'm operating on a Mac system right now, but we're going to scroll over to a Windows operating system real quick. And so from here, you should see a BisTrack icon, assuming it's been placed on your system. And the easiest way to get in is obviously to select BisTrack. You are going to input your account information. If what's listed out here as your default is not your first initial last name followed by @nisbet.hosted.pri, you're going to want to come down here to use another account where you can input this information, type in your username, and then add your password. I think I have the password saved. So you're going to add your password here. Make sure that your credentials up top match the ones that I have listed here, your RD Gateway server, as well as the OSNIST SO1 remote computer. So from here, you're going to hit OK. And this is going to establish the remote desktop connection. You're going to want to click Yes. And there you go. You're going to enter the remote desktop. And so the best way to think about this remote desktop is you're just accessing somebody else's computer. The most important thing to remember is that this desktop exists over top of your own desktop, and it can operate as just a window. So right now it's operating as a full screen window, but you have to remember that the rest of your computer is right below it. This is your standard desktop right behind there. So you can maximize and minimize this window as you desire. You can drag it over to a different monitor if you want. Alright, so from this desktop view, we can access the BisTrack main client, and this is where mostly everybody is going to be doing their day-to-day operations, and it's just selecting this icon right here that says BisTrack. And so then from here, you can log into the BisTrack client, which is different than logging into the BisTrack remote desktop. So it's very important that you separate these two things mentally. For the time being, we're going to be doing all of our training in the BisTrack CRP database. You'll notice that here we have multiple selections. So for training, this is a little counterintuitive, but we are going to be using BisTrack CRP. When we go live, we're eventually going to be switching over to BisTrack production. But for now, all training will be done in BisTrack CRP. So your authentication here, you're going to have two selections. BisTrack is going to be the selection you're going to choose. And your username is first initial, last name. And for the time being, we have no passwords. So select OK. And there we go. This opens up the BisTrack main client window where you're going to be doing all of your operations. So I think it's important that the first thing that we learn how to do here in the BisTrack main client is learn how to change your password. And now remember, we're going to go over this again. When you select BisTrack, this is the password that's going to show up in the blue box, the password right here. This is different than the remote desktop password, so it's important that we remember that. So from the main client window, let's exit out of this, we're going to want to go to File. And from down there, you're going to select Change Password. And so your initial password is going to be blank, so your old password is blank. If you want, you can make your new password and confirm your new password and select OK. And that is how you change the password for the BisTrack client from within the remote desktop. Now I think we should go over how to change your remote desktop password. And you can do that by selecting this change password icon. And just a refresher real quick, this remote desktop password is when you select the BisTrack icon from your desktop, and it is this password right here that is separate from the actual client password. Let's go back into BisTrack and select change password. Change password. Make sure your hosted address up here is correct. Type in your old password, your new password, and then confirm the new password. And that concludes the passwords and logging in tutorial. We'll see you in the next video.